Welcome back everyone at PC Mazda Reviews. Today we are going to be comparing the CX-3 with the Mazda 3. Now this was a viewer requested video. We're going to go over size comparisons here. I'll go over a couple of features, everything like that, add a little bit to it. But their main question was, how does the size compare to the CX-3 versus the Mazda 3? If you guys have questions or suggestions for videos that you guys want to see for comparisons or anything like that, please like and subscribe to the channel. You see everything down below. Leave a comment, and if it's something that we can make a video out of, I'll see what I can do. Thank you guys so much for your time, and then we're going to get right on into it. Take a look at the front sides, we'll do the exteriors, then we'll take a look at the sizing of the interiors and a couple features like that. So starting out on the front side of these cars here, you're going to notice, we'll get a good look at the front of the Mazda 3, and then we'll come take a look at the front of the CX-3. You're going to notice that there's about a good 3, maybe 4 inches of width that the CX-3 is going to be smaller than. We'll go look at the length of the vehicle. Now, for those of you that don't know, Mazda no longer manufactures the Mazda 2. The Mazda 3, take a look right there. So you see about maybe a foot of extra length on the Mazda 3. The Mazda 2 is no longer manufactured in the US, but the CX-3 is built on the Mazda 2 platform. So straight out the gate, the platform is smaller on the CX-3 than it is on the Mazda 3. Hopefully within the next couple months, when we get the CX-30 out, the Mazda 3 goes off of the, or the CX-30 uses the Mazda 3 platform. But you can see from here, size-wise alone, just the footprint for the CX-3 is going to be smaller all the way around. Now, both of these in their base model will run the 16-inch wheels. The Mazda 3 we have here today is the Select, so it does have the 18-inch wheels. Now, height-wise, though, between the two vehicles, you'll see that the CX-3 is lifted up. It is a CX model, so you're going to have those SUV features to it that are not in the sedans. So you will be sitting a little higher in your CX-3 versus the Mazda 3. We'll go take a look at the back sides of the vehicles here. Now, some of the features though on the Mazda 3 versus the CX-3. You will have the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine in all trim levels of the Mazda 3, where you were going to have the 2 liter 4-cylinder engine in the CX-3. So let's go ahead and sit inside them, see what they're like on the inside, and size on the front and the back seats. So we'll start with the Mazda 3. So now this is with the seat all the way back. I'm about 5'10", just to get you an idea of the spacing that's in here. And as I sit right now, with both hands on the steering wheel, my shoulder blades are not touching the back of the seat. So I am stretching at this point, so I could comfortably move this forward. I know, probably right about there, and then still feel comfortable driving long distances. So even though this is a compact car, this could easily sit someone in the driver's seat or the passenger seat that's going to be about 6 foot, a little bit larger than that, and they'll feel comfortable in this car. Of course, you can, with the steering wheel, you can up, down, telescope it in and out to whatever's comfortable to you for the adjustments. But one of the bonuses that you're getting to go into the Mazda 3 or the CX-3 in space, remember how at the beginning we talked about that additional probably about 4 inches on the width? Well, you're gaining it all in your center console. If I put my arm on the center console here, I'm not going to have to fight someone, my passenger, for that center console. You're going to be able to sit comfortable no matter what. And if you guys have seen my other Mazda 3 review videos, I just sing praises of the center armrest compared to what they've done on their other models. If you guys want to check those out, I'll put a link up in the upper right hand corner up there. Go ahead and click on that if you want to take a look at the Mazda 3's full review. But long story short, you're getting the extra space in here from that extra frame, that extra size on the platform. So let's take a look at the back seat. We'll cut to that real quick and see how, if someone my size can comfortably sit behind this person with the seat moved all the way back. So moving into the back seat, let's see if we can squeeze into here. So I'm definitely going to have my knees in the back of whoever's sitting in front of me. Not exactly the most comfortable, but I mean, it could work. This is where you would want to sit a child or someone that is quite a bit shorter behind someone that's got this seat moved all the way back. So what I'm going to do now is move this up to where, say someone my height was comfortable, like we talked about a second ago, where I would comfortably be driving for a long distance in that driver's seat. So now that we've moved it up, it's pretty comfortable back here for a compact vehicle. I could have probably moved it up one more spot, which would give me another probably inch to 2 inches of space back here, but easily. I mean, my knees are not actually touching the driver's seat's chair. On a long distance drive, I could see this being comfortable and no problem at all with the actual ride. You've got plenty of space in between you and the passenger next to you. Not sure you'd want to put a third person in here though. Of course, you can use this center section right here as a third seat, but if you've got 2 full-size adults in here, it's going to be a little squished. So let's go ahead and take a look at the sizing in the CX-3. We did cover before that it is on the Mazda 2 platform, so we're going to be looking at a smaller footprint altogether, and we'll see where we're sacrificing that space in the smaller vehicle. Now getting into the CX-3, right away I'm noticing that the steering wheel is much closer to me, and this is with it pushed all the way in, so it's not like it's pulled out to skew from the other vehicle. Sitting here stretched out, it feels like space-wise I'm about at the same distance that I felt was comfortable in the Mazda 3, but that's without sliding it forward to that position. So this is all the way back in this vehicle here. So remember, I talked about that width of the 4 inches on there. You're losing it right here in your middle. If I put my arm here on the center armrest, I'm going to battle who's ever in this passenger seat for this center armrest. Now, for some people that may not be a problem at all. If it's a single person in the vehicle, cool, outstanding. Plenty of space for you to sit your arm on there and feel comfortable in the vehicle. But if you do ride around with a lot of passengers, or you can have people in the back seat, right now you might feel like this might be a little tight. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take a look at the back seat and see how, if I'm able to fit into the back with it pushed all the way back, and then how far forward I need to push this seat to actually feel kind of comfortable in the back. As it is right now, just so I can show the full range of it, this can go all the way up to where basically my knees are in the dash, and then the Mazda 3 can do that as well. They have the same kind of track for their manual seats, since these are almost the base models. Well, this is the base model for this one. So let's go ahead and hop in the back seat and take a look and see how the space works back there. And as I'm approaching, I don't even think I can fit back here. Now, this is with the front seat sitting all the way back how we just were. Well, I guess I can weasel back here. Well, most of the way. I can't get my foot all the way in. But at this point, I'm definitely got my knees way into this person's back. And I'm praying that I'm not going to be in the car for more than 5 minutes. So definitely not, if you've got someone normal height, your mid 5s to 6 foot, you're not going to want them in the driver's seat, or you're not going to want someone in the back seat. You could potentially maybe fit a small child back here, but even then you're going to be getting kicked in the back. So let me move the driver's seat up to where it's the closest to the dash without being terribly uncomfortable for the driver, and see how much more room is in the back seat. Now coming back for round 2, let's see if we can fit in. Well, we can actually get into the vehicle. Now this front driver's seat right here has been pushed up to the point where it's almost not comfortable to drive up there, but I could probably take a road trip in the driver's seat. At this point here, I'm almost touching the back of the driver's seat, but I've still got room where I can move my legs around or anything like that. So it's not awful. Absolutely no rear or no third seat being used back here. Even if they were a child, there's just not enough room for it. They do have the ability to use it though. And then your passenger is going to have comparable space in right next to you. So not a crazy amount of space back here. But at the end of the day, the CX-3 is really meant for someone that is maybe single, maybe just a newlywed couple, or something like that, where you're really just going to be using the front seats, and then the back seats are kind of just like an afterthought. And that's really what this vehicle is targeting with the CX-3. I wouldn't want to too often carry around people in the back seat of one of these, just for the lack of space on it. But at the end of the day, this fits a market that consumers need. So we can't really complain too much there with that. So if you guys like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Once again, this is a viewer requested video. So if you have any requests of things that you want to see in the Mazda lineup, please feel free to let me know. And if it's something I can make a video about, I'll be more than happy to do so. Thank you guys so much for your time. Have a good rest of your day.